Welcome back to Bloodline and Headlines, where true stories meet chilling realities.
Imagine standing on a baseball field, holding your child's hand, when instead of hearing a bat crack, you hear bullets fly. Well, tonight's story takes us to the baseball field in Katy, Texas, a place meant for kids, family, and prayer. But instead, it turned into chaos when bullets rained down. It was just before a youth baseball game. A coach gathered his players in a circle for a simple pregame prayer. Parents watched, kids stood ready to play, and then out of nowhere, the sound of gunfire filled the air. At first, families thought it might be dove hunting in the distance, but then the bullets tore across the field. Children were screaming, players dropped to the ground, and parents rushed to cover their kids.
In the middle of the chaos stood one man, the coach. Witnesses say he threw himself over the kids, taking a bullet to his shoulder to protect them. His instinct was clear: save the children at all costs. Police later arrested and charged 21-year-old Ahmad Mawed, an alien from Lebanon, entered the US on an IR2 visa on June 3rd, 2021, which automatically made him a legal permanent resident. An IR2 visa is an immigrant relative visa for unmarried children under 21 years of a U.S. citizen, allowing them to immigrate to the U.S. and receive a green card. 27-year-old Mustafa Matalaga, who was also granted U.S. citizenship from the Biden administration on August 1st, 2023, was also charged. He was granted U.S. citizenship despite prior arrests for drug possession. Investigators say the shots came from a nearby pasture, but why they opened fire is still unclear. The coach who was injured, name hasn't been released publicly. He will forever be remembered as the man who took a bullet so a child wouldn't. This case has sparked more than fear. It raised questions about safety at public gatherings, about gunfire in the communities, and yes, about how suspects like these found themselves here in the first place.
Yes, this is a chilling story, especially because it involved kids. The top thing that comes to my mind is why? Why did they do this? Were they shooting at each other? Were they shooting at someone else? Is there a why to this?
So, reading the statements and the information here, so far it seems as if they were just at a regular gun range practicing. It didn't seem as though this was something of intention. It doesn't seem like it was done out of malice or any type of ill. It literally seemed as if they were at a range in the area. I don't know if it's a professional range because again the details are so slim, or if it was just a makeshift range. But the overall thing, they were practicing, and their aim does not seem like it was the best. It seemed as why a range, excuse me, why a range would be next to a youth baseball game is beyond me at this point.
Right.
Them being immigrants, I don't see how this also plays a major factor, but it is the talking point, and the
Yeah.
main reason it's the talking point of, again, is because of the volatility in the country right now, but also the fact that, as you see, one of them has particular charges. So that's what makes the story a little bit more on the interesting side. But the shine and the main hero in the story, which we should all pay attention to, is the coach who put himself in jeopardy to ensure the youths have a brighter future.
Yes, I did realize reading or researching this story that it was highly politicized. Um, a lot was talked about as it related to their immigrant status, and it somewhat took over the story itself and negated how the parents, the kids, and everyone felt in that moment. And I feel like that should have been the prime focus. I realized that the coach, in none of the articles that I read, the coach name wasn't mentioned.
Yeah,
What do you think the reason for that is?
I'm not. I'm really not sure because now it's leading to be of the belief, was it something of malice and ill intent, and now they're trying to protect this person, or
Right.
does he have a past where he should not have been here? Now we definitely hope that not to be the case, but at the end of the day, it does seem odd where a hero's name or somebody who did the ultimate sacrifice, granted he did not lose his life, but somebody who did the ultimate sacrifice and not getting the the praise that they do deserve. Because again, he went above and beyond to ensure that these kids remain safe.
Yes, and he's 27, so it's not like it was a situation where he was a juvenile and they, redacted his name for those purposes. So I found that kind of strange. I kept looking, but I still couldn't find a name. But the general consensus of this is we are seeing a pattern of gunfire in public places. This goes to like school shootings, shootings at churches, at Catholic schools, at supermarkets, at workplaces. It's just creating a sense of fear in people and a lack of safety in America.
Yeah, with all the things that's been happening, and this just happening in the middle, and again also in Texas, it really is tossing up red flags. And then it, it just seemed like it happened at the absolute worst time. And one of the questions I've been wondering since I've looked into the story is like, I really want to know, is this a makeshift range or a professional range? Because why is it so close to a youth baseball game?
Yeah,
Why is it so close to that type of facility? Most of the time, those ranges tend to be next to nothing in the middle of nowhere, or I know in certain cities or certain states, it's underground or in buildings. If it's outside, it should be next to nothing. And then, how bad would these individuals aim? Just amazing how panic, chaos, but at the end of the day, relief set in because nobody lost their lives. The coach did take one for the team. He's a real team player, but at the end of the day, nobody lost their lives. So that's a major thing that um, was positive in the whole situation.
definitely. Well, Katy, Texas learned how quickly prayer can turn to panic and how one coach's bravery kept it from becoming a massacre. But at the heart of it, this is a story about children who thought they were about to play baseball and a coach who made sure they lived to see another game. This is Bloodlines and Headlines. Be sure to subscribe to hear more commentary.